Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, for the last 4 years, I've been working as a lead software and design engineer at a boutique financial consultancy in London. I recently left there in December 2023 to build my own design and development agency called DesignTide and also build my own apps. Let's get into my day. So my day started pretty early for a nice walk outside. Well, I say nice, it was raining. After that walk, came and sat at my desk and started my deep work session for the morning. I always like to batch my tasks, as I always say, keep that deep focus work for the morning and marketing and more kind of bitty tasks for the afternoon. So this morning I've been working on a DesignTide development project. It's been really interesting, which I think I see in lots of these videos, is that people don't actually share what they're up to in their day-to-day. They kind of just do like a very skim overview of what's going on. So in this quick talk, I'm going to try and explain what I've been up to this morning. So the first thing is working on the DesignTide development client project. So we're building an MVP. And what's really interesting when it comes to building MVPs is lots of people can get kind of caught up in the moment of it needs to be the perfect product, all these fleshed out features, database, ready to scale. There's loads of things people kind of people fall into these traps. And I'm sure I've definitely done that before. But from my experience and what I've learned with startups is keeping things simple is key and getting something launched as soon as possible, which one should be embarrassed about, is better than waiting and trying to build the perfect product. So for this client, we've been building an MVP, as I just said, and one of the decisions I've made this morning was not including a database. Now that might be kind of shocking to some people, but it's basically about, so it's people that would find that shocking and be like, oh, that's not going to be able to scale if you want to add more items, etc. It's simply just like a JSON file on the front end. That's where all the data lives for this MVP. It's so simple and it just keeps things tidy, basically. So that's kind of almost done. I've integrated the JSON file, synced up most of the pages, so it's all kind of coming together nicely. I think there's a few sorting and filtering bits that I need to crack on with, which will probably be tomorrow, but it's still coming along nicely, and the client's been kind of always been kept in the loop, which is nice. And also I've been working on the DesignTide website, which has been quite nice. It's been something I launched maybe three months ago when I launched the agency. It's something I haven't really touched, so it's nice to kind of go back and give it a bit of a freshen up with fresh portfolio images and just kind of a reorganization. I think with websites, especially in the productized service industry and space, it's very important to have kind of, I think the person you work with is probably one of the most important items, or people, what I personally believe is when a client or a prospective client comes to land on a website like DesignTide, they want to know who am I working with. And I think having me or something about me near the top is always very important. Check this shorts kind of setup. Looks so sharp. And you probably can't see it very well, but so I'm just going to be doing some shorts, some videos I've prepped to do this. There we go. So mainly focusing on the marketing side of Interlu and DesignTide. I like to put a few shorts out a week. It's such an easy way to go viral and do some viral marketing. And also it's just providing value to people. I'm not really trying to go for the hard sell. It's more just kind of things to think about with business owners and people that want to build software, going over topics which I know quite a lot about and can provide the most value. So this is really what I'm going for the videos which I've put together here. It's really important. I think people forget when you're kind of running your own agency and starting something, which I'm doing here, it's so important to do some marketing every day. It's I think, especially when I'm working on exciting projects like I am now, like building an MVP is probably one of the most exciting things I love and do for work. It's very easy just to forget about marketing, go, oh, I'll just do that, later. So it's important that I do this and get this done. In terms of what else I'm up to, this afternoon will be possibly doing a design roast on Twitter as well. They've been doing really well recently. And then just some Twitter engagement, basically. So just kind of pushing out content as much as possible. Just, making some noise, basically. So I'm going to get on these videos now, and then I'm actually going to go through kind of because obviously I've been collecting feedback for Interlu. This is the product I've been building, which I'd mentioned at the beginning of the video. So I've been collecting feedback. I'll go through that with you today at the end of the video. And then, maybe some Twitter engagement and then design roast. So a few bits to finish off with today, but it's been pretty productive. Lots of dev work been done, nice gentle walk, nice walk. Now for some marketing, and then I'll go through that Interlu feedback with you, which I've got so far, and kind of where I'm thinking of where to take the product next, which is quite exciting. So Interlu is a product which I'm building myself, not for a client, by the way, just to make that clear. Okay, time to crack on. All those videos have been done. You're actually seeing this is the short setup. I wonder what you think. I think it looks quite sharp. Look quite professional, don't I? So let's jump into the Interlu product and let me show you the feedback we've got and kind of what the next steps are. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you haven't heard of Interlu before, but I'll keep it short for people that have. So basically, it's a tool that lets you search, save, and manage UK companies quickly and easily. Really simple. And let me just show you how the product works. So the idea mainly is that you can navigate company information 10 times faster. You can save companies. You can look at your history, so that's a really cool feature, and also you can see your current accounting period. So this is the current state of the product. Let me sign in and I'll show you how it looks and feels. Let's cancel that. So I'm in the product now. Let's search for a company quickly. Let's do Blue World. It's always the classic. You can see something saved. You can go into overview, filings, toggle the accounts, go into documents for the company. Pretty much like just a fancier Company's House, if you're familiar with Company's House. You can go in, this is a bit easier. So so this is the basic product. It's really simple. The accounting process is quite neat, but there's the extra bits right now are, so you go to saved and you've got all of your saved companies. So if we were going to save a new company, let's call Apples. Let's save that one. I can go to saved and it's in here. I can add a group. If I wanted to, let's just go move to demo group, and you can see it's now in there, which is quite cool. Finally, the last feature is history. So you can go back and see what I've searched for. So if I've searched apples, I can then go view. Okay, that's obviously an error from me I need to fix. I can go to focus and it will open up where I was in focus. So it's really nice and simple. It allows people and users to quickly and easily navigate company information compared to Company's House. So that is the product in its current form. We currently have one paying user, which is really great. Okay, here's the list of feedback which I've been collecting for Interlu over the past couple of weeks. And it's been quite interesting to hear what people think about the product. People that have actually, obviously we've had a paying user, which is amazing. Their feedback can be seen here. And yeah, it's just lots of things to think about, which I'm going to quickly kind of touch upon in this part of the video. What's quite interesting to see is the first port to call is improving how the results are shown, or how a company result is shown, which is kind of obvious and what I expected. Employee count's quite important for people. Having the main obviously one is kind of just a graph summary, or just some type of quick summary to understand the financial position of a company, which a user is searching for. And it's mainly based on what the user's mainly thinking about. Can I do business with them? And that kind of leads back to like some sort of credit checker. So that's going to be the initial feature which I'm going to build. Obviously, it's been requested by a paying user, so it makes sense to go ahead and build that straight away. And with all of these, what makes it really cool, it kind of leads with all of this kind of display employee count, display turnover and fixed asset additions. We need to be able to extract that data from Company's House and what data is on the Company's House and the documents of those companies. What would be available after we've done this kind of links back to what other people have said about kind of the idea of lead generation, or this Loom video explains a little bit more detail about actually, I want to be able to generate lists of companies that meet a certain criteria. Now, Company's House API does have something that allows us to do that, but it doesn't really allow employee count and turnover and fixed asset addition. So we need to figure that out ourselves. So it's quite a simple path for the Interlu. build these features in this list pretty much, which make sense. It's the framework which I've deployed to make this work. And then on the back end of that, make sure there's some sort of database which is collecting all of this information for each company. And then that over time will essentially build up and allow us to then do that kind of list generation for users as well. So the first part of Interlu, which I'll be building now, is obviously these improved features. So that improves the search and its results. And the second part will be a sales research tool, which will come out of the database we build of users using this part of the product. So it's a really exciting phase for Interlu. There's a lot still to come, but that's kind of the direction I'm going to be going in. And obviously it's going to be building time again. So I'm looking forward to building these features out. I've missed building. Marketing isn't my favorite thing to do in the whole world. So yeah, that's the Interlu feedback. Pretty simple. Okay, so it's quite boring now. For the rest of the day, I'm going to be editing some video, putting those as shorts out, doing some LinkedIn outreach, doing some Twitter engagement, and probably doing a design roast. So it pretty much covers and wraps up the day for me. So it's been quite interesting. I hope that you found it interesting anyway, that you've seen my morning of dev work and then my afternoon of marketing and more bitty tasks. There'll also be some email response in there near the end of the day as well. It's just the grind. It's the way it goes. But what I'm finding very important for me and helpful for me is starting earlier and then finishing on time. That's one thing in time blocking, especially how I time block my day. It's like, obviously you have my morning dev session and then the afternoon marketing session, or like marketing and bitty task. It's so important that you stick to it, because if you don't respect the end time of a task, you don't respect the start time of another task, and then you slowly slip and lose the day. So it's been really, I feel, healthy for me picking the day up and actually sticking to it. But I have struggled. It's been hard at times to stop what I've been doing and try and do some marketing, because I must say I don't like marketing one bit. I'm that classic developer, doesn't want to market the business, just wants to be building stuff. So yeah, so Twitter engagement, some LinkedIn outreach, and just engagement, basically networking, just building my network basically. And yeah, that's pretty much it. After that, if you finish around 6, time to chill out and relax. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed. I'll see you on my next video. Thanks.